Consent. What consent? There wasn't any. We didn't have a problem with it at the time because we didn't know the truth. The issue here is about informed consent. We would never have let those men into our most intimate lives if we knew they were police officers spying on us, spying on our families, spying on our friends. They deceived us, manipulated us, used us. Is it a form of rape? We say it is. Before the story was public, those of us who first believed our partners were agents of the state were disbelieved. Raped women are often disbelieved. And when we did convince them, they asked us what we'd done to make it happen. Raped women are often blamed for bringing it on themselves. We have felt violated and humiliated. Sometimes we feel guilty, sometimes ashamed. Our experience pushes at a new interpretation of rape, but the justification by the Crown Prosecution Service for not prosecuting these officers is untenable. They argue the relationships were based on genuine feelings. It's insulting and ludicrous. There was nothing genuine about these officers, and any genuine feelings we may have had for them were predicated lies, a mountain of lies created by the men and their managers. Let's think of it another way. You're a male UCO. Consider this. You attend your local doctor's surgery for a physical. You are told to undress behind a curtain and someone will be with you shortly. A man in a white coat with a clipboard walks in, checks your name, date of birth and address. He reminds you of Dr. Crippen, but his manner is better. He checks your blood pressure, heart rate, weight, height, and does a thorough physical examination. Then comes the awkward part. He asks you to drop your shorts and cough. As he cups your testicles in his gloved hand, he has to check to make sure there's no lumps. All clear, last test. He reaches for the KY jelly and applies it to his index finger while asking what you do for a living. You turn round, bend over, and tell him you're a policeman. It's a very invasive procedure. Actually, it feels like a violation of your body, but he's a medical professional and it will all be over soon. After 5 minutes of him physically inside you, he gives you the all clear. You can get dressed as he takes off his gloves and leaves you in private. As you are dressed and about to leave, another man comes in with a white coat and a clipboard. He says he's Dr. Dixon and he's here to give you a physical. You tell him you've already had that with the other doctor. He looks puzzled. He is the only doctor there today. The only other man in the practice is the cleaner. He wears a white coat and carries a clipboard. You have just discovered a stranger has physically violated your body. You want him arrested. He was actually inside your body. You thought he was someone else. You thought he was a doctor, although he never specifically told you. So he hasn't actually broken the law, but he assaulted you sexually. He touched you and penetrated you. Well, you let him. You gave your consent. So it's on you, really. But you didn't know who he really was? Yes, but he lied and encouraged you to believe it. But that's not a crime. But you wouldn't have let him anywhere near you if you knew who he was, really. Would you? Lying isn't a crime, I'm afraid. You gave consent. Nothing you can do. Sorry. Oh, you didn't know? You couldn't have given informed consent. You wouldn't have allowed it if you knew. That's the law, unfortunately. You can't say you were sexually assaulted because you consented. Welcome to our world.